Today, we are joined again by Pastor Jim Gow. Good to have you with us, Pastor Jim.
Thanks. Good to be here.
And as we kind of wrap up our exploration of community and working with our churches around the country as we do at Genysys Group, really want to kind of give our folks something to aspire to. We got churches that are working on campaigns. You guys are doing a school project. Others are in a different season of ministry.
Sure.
They don't know maybe what the next season of ministry is. It may be a big fat question mark. So I want us to talk a little bit about community and how community is a slice of heaven on earth, because Jesus prayed for his disciples. It's the last night, upper room, John chapter 17. And he's praying that high priestly prayer for his disciples, and he prays to his Father, Father, they would be one, even as you and I are one. And we live in a world, you and I, you've been there for me and some stuff that hasn't always been
Sure.
awesome and easy. But our relationship was a bright shining star in, my personal darkness.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would like for you to kind of share your perspective on how living in community and relationship is a little slice of heaven even here on earth.
So if you look at the biblical record, it begins with God in eternity, and it ends with us with God in eternity. And we're living in the in-between time, right? But it both begins and ends with God, who lives in heaven, in perfection, in unity. And sadly, we live in a fractured and sinful world. We don't always have that here on earth. But in Christ, that can be restored in us. And so a believing community, a group of believers faithful to Jesus Christ, they then help begin to create this little spot of heaven on earth, if you will, what we're looking forward to on the last day when we go to be with God in heaven. And when we are gathered together, whether it's formally on Sunday morning or informally in a living room or whatever the case may be, when we're gathered together as fellow believers in Christ, we're actually recreating that community, that oneness, that unity, as you say, that heaven on earth. And it's because of Christ in our midst, bringing that to us. Are we going to get it perfect?
No.
Heck no. We're still living in a sinful world. But nonetheless, living that, practicing that, being deliberate about it and intentional about it helps create that safe place, that heavenly spot, that place of care and comfort and love. We can do that here.
And I love that we are recording this video in your worship space, right? Your sanctuary, the nave of your church.
Good word, sanctuary.
Yeah. Yeah. And that we as the people of God, we are going to get to be with God in heaven, in eternity, because he has come to redeem us, to forgive us,
To restore.
to restore. And we get to do that for each other.
Yeah. One of the neat things we do here is whenever someone has a need or a prayer request, we post that out to the congregation. And the response sometimes is overwhelming. And even days and weeks and even months later, we'll get a query. How is this person? How are they doing? And I do know that when those prayer requests are posted, those people then get calls or contacts or visits. And it's this community of Christ, this place of believers who love each other and care for each other, and they're living it, especially as the prayer request goes out. Not much gets better than that.
No, that's great. And so for those who are building community,
Mm-hmm.
whatever it is, if it's a school project, if it's a campaign, if it's just us figuring out how we can do life together better, for us to see our work is giving other people the opportunity, even as we get to experience that slice of heaven on earth,
Right.
that God is inviting others into that relationship, and by his grace, changing the eternal destinies of these folks. What an awesome privilege it is for us to be a part of his work in that.
I think a really neat thing that we can do as a church is meet people where they're at, especially the people that are outside the church. The world can be a pretty scary place and dark and dangerous, and people are alone and they're scared and they want answers. They want comfort. They want peace. They want protection. And the church offers a slice of heaven on earth. And so we reach them right where they are. Doesn't matter the mess they're in. We reach them right where they are and say, we love you. We're praying for you. We will support you. We'll encourage you. We'll resource you with whatever we can do and whatever you need. Let us bring you in to this place, this safe, secure, godly, loving place. We'd love to have you here.
And that is so great. It is an expression of that good shepherd, right? Who has gone through the valley of the shadow of death for us.
And I will fear no evil.
For you are with me. So thank you so much for sharing your perspective, Pastor
Glad to have
Jim.
you. Thanks.
And looking forward to seeing how God blesses you and your community as you consider how it is that you are going to bring God's own goodness into the world as you and your community thrive in what He has called you to do.